everybody, me again today. So I'm just going to do a quick video on how to wave your hair from blast dried hair. My hair is still damp, so I am going to blast dry it with my hairdryer and my GHD paddle brush. I'm going to use a technique called wrap drying, which is basically just brushing the hair in forward motions and just blast drying like that. I'm just going to show you a little bit of it, then I'm going to nip off and blast dry it. I'm not using any product today because I want you to see my hair in its true frizzy form, just so that you can see that if you're not the best at smoothing out your hair, not to stress, because there are ways around it. So I'm just going to So that is just a quick wrap dry. I'm just going to take the camera off now and blast dry it faster, and then I'm going to show you how to salvage frizzy hair. We are now back, now that I have blasted my hair in all its frizzy glory. As you can see, I've got frizzy hair. It's horrible. So if blow drying your hair smooth isn't something that you are good at or capable of, this is me in my natural blasted glory. So I'm just going to show you how it can be saved if you're good at, styling your hair. That's great. If you're not, we've got a lot of time to work on it. So I'm going to be using my GHD Platinums today. There is now an upgraded version called the Platinum Plus. I want them, but it's not a necessity. So just turn them on. I like to keep my little rubber bit on them just while they're heating up. I also use a little, as you seen yesterday, a little heat mat. So I'll just pop them there. They sing to you once they're heated up. It's pretty cool. If you aren't good with styling your hair and curling with straighteners isn't something you're really confident with, I would always suggest using them when they're switched off, just to try and get the motion right. Because sometimes when you're looking in the mirror and you're trying to kind of go like back and forward, it's a little bit hard, and you end up then getting like little kind of like lines in your curl, or you end up with kind of like little straight bits. So I'm going to go with the same kind of formula as yesterday. It's parting my section from top to back of the ear, like so, and then just clipping the rest of the hair away. Again, I have fine hair, so I can do my section in 3 because there's not a lot of hair. So just clip this bit out the way. Again, my bottom row is going to go backwards, my middle row is going to go forwards, and my top row again is going to go backwards. So I can split this into 2. Again, like I said, I've not got a lot of hair. Take my little rubber bit off. If you have really frizzy hair right up into the root, you can just take your straighteners and just kind of gently smooth out that root area if it is really frizzy. Then I like to hold my hair out, if you can see, at a 90-degree angle. Just put my straighteners over it. I like to get a full rotation in first, and then just slowly and gently glide it down the hair. You don't have to push the straighteners too tight together. That's usually where people go quite wrong, is like really squeeze it when you don't have to. So again, just pull it out, just get your straightener over it, gently do my full rotation, and then just glide your straighteners down. Just leave them like that. Some people do it that way. I find my hair falls out the top of it, but if that's easier for you, then just find what works for you. Again, just taking my little section, popping it down, clipping that bit out of the way. This section is always like the smallest because I have like so much baby hair. Like I just can't even cope with it. Again, just smoothing out my root area because it's a little bit frizzy. And again, like I said yesterday, try not curl above the eyebrow unless that's the kind of look you're going for. getting my full rotation, and then just gliding down gently. And then, if I can actually even find it, last little bit, smoothing out my root again, getting my rotation, and just gliding down the hair, nice and gently. It's another little, ooh, there we are. Ooh, oh. Last section. I take this one in 3 like I done yesterday because I've got this little shorter, well it used to be a little front bang, but I've actually not had my hair cut in, I know I shouldn't say that because I'm a hairdresser, but sometimes at the end of my shift I want to go home. I don't want to, actually I have a mum that's a hairdresser, she should really cut my hair. And rotate and glide down. Now, I know you're thinking, oh, that's pretty curly. But like I said yesterday, I'm going to show you how to save one if you make it like a little spiral. Again, I'm going to smooth out my root area, hold my hair out, and gently bring it down. I can see some frizzy hair. Not you. Where are you going? Oh, frizzy hair is tickling me. And goodbye, frizz. And just that's that side done. Good old faithful little bit of hairspray. And now we can go on to the other side and just do exactly the same. So again, down to just like the back of the ear. As you can see. And then clip this out of the way. It's actually hard to see. Oh, I'm singing the BMBM song. You may find that one side of your head you're actually better at doing. Just take photos from that side. Again, just once you've got your full rotation, it's really literally just like gliding it down the hair. I think some people get a little bit scared when they're trying to do the rotation and they try and rush it, when actually just take your time. So first row backwards, second row forward, top row backwards. If you have more hair, luckily, than me, you can separate it into more. Just depends on how like dense your hair is. So again, rotate forward. Now that I've got my rotation, just glide down the hair. There we are. Oof. Keeps on tickling me. Got my rotation and just glide it down the hair. Ooh. Smooth out that root a little bit. And again, try not to do the top layer above the eyebrow. When I am bringing down my next layer, I like to leave it to the side that doesn't have the hair because it's just easier for me. If it's not easier for you, don't do it. So this section is going to go in 4 because it's a wider part of my head. So straighten out my root, then I'm going to put this, I'm going to rotate this way this time, and then I'm just going to bring it down the head. Nice little wave. On to the next one. Straighten it out. The root, you don't have to do this if you do not have frizzy hair. If you do have frizzy hair, you may find it gives you a slightly smoother finish. Little curl, push over to this side, and then we have our last frizzy. Now I like to do my rows all, as you can see, going one way and then the next row the other way. Some people do like to do alternates, but I just get confused, I'm not gonna lie. I get confused and I forget which one I've done. Unless I'm actually doing it on a client and I can like see, but I just like to keep going one way and then the other way. Just keeps me right. And then the next section, clip this a little bit, oh my goodness, out the way. Then we have this beautiful frizzy layer. And now this one I'm going to do that way, so rotating this way. Straighten out my root. Little curl. The good thing about a kind of messy beachy wave is if your waves and curls aren't perfect, it doesn't really matter because it's kind of meant to be a messier look. So don't be too disheartened if you think that one could be better, especially in your own head. It's very hard. Rotation, and then just glide down your hair. Ta-da! And last layer. Some people may find the back of their hair, there's a lot more hair than their sides. If you're like myself, I don't really have much hair at the sides, so that's that. But some people obviously have quite thick hair. You obviously are probably going to take your back section in more than 4 sections. I just have no hair. So I'm just going to let my hair cool down. So just let it cool. And then I'm just going to use my fingers again to just like messy it out a little bit. Now, I'm going to turn it back on. If you think that you're like, oh, that's a little bit too curly for my liking, I don't normally have to do this because my hair doesn't hold a curl or really anything. By about tomorrow it'll be nice-ish, but no curls. So just lightly take your straightener and just run it over the top of them, just to kind of loosen it a little bit if you're like, oh god. I also like to just go over the ends of my hair because I like a kind of straighter tip kind of finish. I just kind of feel like it makes it a little bit more undone. If anybody actually knows me from the salon, I'm a pretty messy kind of looking person. Don't actually ever do my hair, just leave it frizzy, because if I get caught in the rain, and if anybody lives in Glasgow, they know that happens every day. So there's no point in me spending all that time in my hair, and obviously I just spend all my time making everybody else look nice. So this is my finished beach wave result. I always like it. I think it's quite nice, especially because it doesn't have to be perfect, especially if you have a slightly rougher hair texture and a kind of polished look doesn't really work that well on you. Then this is something I would suggest. You can also use things like the hair play like I used yesterday, just to like spritz it and kind of like mess it up and give it a little bit more of a texture, or you can go over the ends of it with sea salt spray and just kind of lightly spritz it into the hair and just kind of like mess it up. It just gives it a slightly more undone finish. But thanks guys.